What's up, guys? My name is Dustin Vaughn Warncke. I am here leading a webinar called Outdoor Career Success Domination. And I am a lot of different things in the outdoor industry. I play a lot of different roles in helping businesses and helping folks be successful in this industry. And it is a brutal industry if you look at the the simple facts of as many people that are trying to get into it and all that other stuff. So what I want to do today is educate you a little bit about what's most important and why it matters when you look at an outdoor career or growing a brand or growing a following or building an audience or launching a product or service business or growing a product or service business, anything like that. I'm here to kind of inspire you to think about a few things that you may not have thought about before in regards to that. And I have a course that I have come up with that I'll talk about later in this webinar that basically helps people with these same issues, these same things that we're going to talk about in this webinar. And the whole online course is very complex and very diverse, but it's also very simple and very simply done. And I want to definitely educate and inspire you through every bit of this journey that you are on. And no matter where you are in your journey, most likely I've been there to some degree and can help you, blow up your game, 10x your life, whatever the case may be, up your game, in other words, to do the great things that matter in life and in our world in the outdoors. So again, like I said, my name is Dustin Vaughn Warncke. Many of you guys listening to this webinar for the first time may not know who I am. I try to keep a low profile through what I do, even though I am trying to get my name out there and everything like that. I try my best to keep a low profile and kind of work behind the scenes on a lot of the things that I do. But I'm the author of 4 outdoor industry ebooks, one on well, there's a bunch of different titles that I've written, but those are available on Amazon.com. You can order them for your Kindle, or you can buy them right through my website at dustinsprojects.com, which is down at the bottom of this slide. But either way, I'm going to have an opportunity for you to end up with a couple of these ebooks for free at the end of this webinar, and I'll talk some more about that. But basically, I write, I teach, I do online courses. I podcast. I have a podcast called the Best of the Outdoors Podcast. Would love to have you as a listener. And also write for Texas Fish and Game Magazine. I do my own videos. I have my own YouTube channel. I speak. I blog on the fishgame.com blog, the Texas Fish and Game Magazine website. And just a lot of other things that I do in the outdoors. And I started this journey a long time ago, working with the outdoor TV show, predator hunting TV show, believe it or not, back in 2011. And I've been in the industry for over a decade. I've been in the industry for about 12 years working with a hunting ranch, is how I got my start. And really had a lot of fun entering this industry, seeing how people tick, see what works, what doesn't work. I've gone through a lot of transformations and changes over the years. And I just really, hope to inspire and share some of that with you, of my journey, so it can help you through your journey. That is definitely my goal of this webinar and the course that I created. So we'll talk real briefly about kind of the nuts and bolts of what we're going to get into. And I just realized that my camera is covering, the webinar camera is covering part of the screen here. But basically, the thing that I'm going to teach today is the 3 things that matter most in outdoor business marketing. Getting attention for your messages, and whatever your message is. And basically, as Gary Vaynerchuk says, and his name's partially covered up in this slide, but he's really big on YouTube. If you've not heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, he runs VaynerMedia. He's a very, very cool guy. Cusses a lot, but if you can get past that, he's got a lot of really good insights about the digital age that we're living in now. And what he says is that it is a battleground of attention, Day trading attention is what he calls it. And basically, that there's no getting around the way that things are these days, the way that things look these days. It's day trading attention. It's trying to get people to look at your product or service versus whatever else they were going to do anyway. Play Candy Crush, okay, watch an outdoor TV show in our world, whatever the case may be. So the best marketing strategy ever, he says, is to care. And that's one thing that I think you'll see I authentically provide and give through this webinar is I care about you. I care about your dream. I care about your hopes and your aspirations and what your goals are in the future. And I want you to be successful. That is my most important part of what I'm trying to teach here. And I'm going to give you some tidbits of some things that I teach in the online course that I'll talk about later in the webinar here. But you know, the three things that matter most are really simple, and we'll get into that. But the most important strategy is to care, and I'll say this in the ebook that I just recently released this summer. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and I believe that's attributed to Zig Ziglar saying that, who's an incredible motivational guy, passed away a few years ago. But people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care, and that's vitally important to anything that you're doing in the outdoor industry. Is just, it's human nature. Just care. Just show up and care and tell the truth and show up on time, and you're doing better than probably 95% of a lot of people out there trying to get in this space. So definitely some food for thought there. Thing number one we're going to talk about is genuine authenticity, which I hope you see that I'm providing you in this webinar. I don't have a lot of frilly cameras and lights and all kinds of fancy stuff. This is a PowerPoint presentation that I designed and in a free PowerPoint template, and then I just typed some text on top of some pretty scenery and came up with a webinar. I'm really authentic. I'm down to earth, okay? And that's one thing you'll see about me as we go through this particular series together. But genuine authenticity, people care about you if you care about them. And people can see a phony person, somebody that's just spamming people, somebody that's just out there to get your money, somebody that's out there just to fake it till you make it. People can see through that real quick, and that's one thing that I'm very, very, very big about with the students that I have in my online course, as well as the people that I consult with, the students that I have that I teach and mentor in the outdoor industry. Is you just got to be real. You got to be authentic, okay? And genuine authenticity is just what really means so much to the people that, like, I'm tripping over words and having, you know, stops and starts and stuff like that in this video alone. I'm real. I mean, I'm one guy, and so I want you to see that that's really the true me coming through this, and I'm not some phony salesman that's trying to, you know, make myself out better and bigger than I really am. I'm just showing up, and I'm telling the truth, and again, that will do you a lot of good in this space for sure. So genuine authenticity, be real. Thing number two, relevance in the space that you're in. Okay, you know, it's said that you can't say the right thing to the wrong audience. You can't say a wrong thing to the right audience. Being relevant in the space that you're in is so important, because no matter what you're doing, no matter what space you're in, you want to make sure you're relevant to the people you're reaching. And if you're putting stuff out there on Facebook, if you're out there on Instagram, if you're out there on Snapchat, whatever your mobile form of Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be relevant to the content that you're creating. Don't talk about, you know, fishing stuff in a hunting group, okay, for instance, all right? Most people that hunt fish, but not all people that fish hunt. So don't bring your hunting stuff into a fishing group and then expect that everybody's going to be, you know, realize that you're relevant to your topic. And be able to relate to you. That's what it's all about in this space, is basically relating to other people and establishing that trust. Because the main thing that I'll teach in what I do is, if they don't like you, if they don't know you, you don't really have a shot anyway. If they don't like you, they can't buy from you or can't trust you. Okay, so know, like, and trust are the three main things here. So be relevant, be knowable, be likable, and be trustable, if that's even a word. Trust, you know, have people trust with you, and basically, you know, establish that trust immediately, you know, through being relevant in your content you create. So that's so important. I can't stress that enough. Be relevant, be genuinely authentic, and be real, you know, be real. It's real simple, but a lot of people really blow stuff out of the proportion I've seen over the years in the outdoor industry, especially the last 2 decades, of guys that, you know, talk about the biggest buck and the largest bass and the heaviest stringer of this and all this other stuff, and nobody really cares. Okay, nobody really cares about that stuff. It's said that 90% of the world doesn't care about your problems. The other 10% is glad it's you. So keep that in mind when you're doing anything kind of social media creation, anything like that at all. Be relevant in the space that you're in and be genuinely authentic. Last thing is audience engagement. You want to make sure you put out something that's going to be, and I don't mean like these phony posts that I get all the time on Facebook from my hunting buddies and kind of people that I'm acquainted with, but I've got a pretty large Facebook audience on my personal profile. And basically, it's just like, what's the biggest deer you ever shot? Okay. Or what's the biggest bass you ever caught? How heavy is the bass? What's your favorite broadhead? Oh my gosh. What's your favorite broadhead? What's your favorite rifle caliber? All those things will start a crap show. Okay. I'm not saying use that. I'm saying do something that incites a response or an action of some kind. Okay. And what I mean by that is do something that's going to be relevant to somebody, that's going to be authentic, but that's also going to engage with them to engage with you. Visit a website, buy a product. If you're selling a service, go out with you on your guide service or whatever the case may be. Whatever business you have in the outdoors, engaging people to take action is so important, because other than that, they just have to know about you. But in order for them to take action, they've got to be able to like, and what was the other one? Trust. They've got to be able to like and trust you as well as know you before they take any action and become engaged. And so creating content around that is not easy all the time. But some of the things that I try to do is offer something for free, and just kind of like I'm offering this webinar free to you, offer something for free that's going to educate, that's going to inspire, that's going to motivate them to do something. And in my case, it's to be, to have the best of the outdoors, which is the name of my podcast. And it's just one of those things that I think that it's important, is so overlooked, that a lot of people just want to throw stuff out there and hope it sticks to the wall, instead of really seeing if these three things matter. And that's what I wanted to leave you with on these three things. So we'll review here: genuine authenticity, relevance in the space you're in, and audience engagement being the three most important things that matter in social media marketing. Now, this doesn't just matter in social media marketing. This matters in your e-newsletters, your email correspondences, your correspondences with everybody, because people can see through somebody that fakes it till they make it all over the place these days. Somebody that sends out mass emails. There's somebody with the organization that I work with that does nothing but send mass emails out to people and expects to get a response. Listen, this is 2018 we're in right now, and we're getting ready to enter 2019 when I recorded this webinar. This is important to be real and be personable with people, instead of just spraying and praying, as they say in the marketing world, blasting out there the shotgun approach and hoping you hit somebody with your shot, to put it in outdoor terms. You want to be a rifle. You want to basically pinpoint that message, pinpoint that post or that interaction that you're trying to get, that email, the video, whatever the case may be, so people will take action and go buy something, go pick up something, go get something for free, whatever the case may be. That's just something to keep in mind there for sure. So that all being said, those are the three things that I consider the most important things. And I work in marketing and advertising full time, guys. Okay, and this is my world. The outdoor industry is where I cut my teeth. However many years, I guess it's been about 12 years ago when I started this journey. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I mean, there's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to surprise me. But the main thing that I want you to keep in mind is keep these three things in mind. And when you create content of any kind, when you engage with people of any way, when you approach people to ask for sponsorships, when you approach customers and new clients and so on and so forth, that's the kind of stuff to ask, is keep these three things in mind. So write these down: genuine authenticity, relevance in the space you're in, and audience engagement. The three things that matter in social media marketing we talked about, and what I do is talk about those things in my ebook, which is called Achieving Success in the Outdoor Industry, and my course called Finding Success in the Outdoor Industry. So it's an online course. So some more about that basically is that I created these things in little modules that are easy to read, that are easy to, the ebooks, of course, and the articles are easy to read. But the actual videos are just me in a window just like this, exactly like this, with just a simple screen and some points and some text for you to follow. It's really, really easy to do, and hopefully you will take advantage of at least checking that out and see if that's something you'd be interested in investing in. I also have a gear guide. I'll talk about that a little bit later, and that's something that that I wanted you to consider as well as something that you can get for free today, as a matter of fact. So I will talk about that on the next slide. So the main thing to keep in mind in all this stuff is to grow and build your herd. If you're trying to make a difference in the outdoor industry, you've got to be known. You've got to be trusted. You've got to be liked. We already talked about those three things. So what I'm trying to suggest to you here is to grow an active list of current and prospective customers, or audience members, or viewers, readers, listeners, whatever the case may be. I just use this from a slide that we're doing with a situation I'm doing with the guide project that I'm working on right now for fishing guides through a friend of mine, Ted Johnson, in the Philippines. We're working on a project to do an app for guides to basically grow and build their list and build their herd. And basically, what you're trying to do there is make dependable revenue streams all year long. All right, so I'm not saying this is all about money. I'm not saying that money is everything. I'm not saying that this is all that there ever is. It could be for you. It could be content. It could be audience that you're trying to build, listeners, readers, watchers, viewers, whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind, that you're trying to build your own audience. You're trying to build your own herd. And what happens if Facebook goes away tomorrow? Okay, which probably isn't going to happen. What if LinkedIn goes away tomorrow? What if Twitter goes away tomorrow? Okay, whatever the case may be. Will you still have a way to get in touch with the people that are going to buy from you, that are going to listen to what you say, and that are going to, be mindful of your existence, basically, of what you are up to in the outdoor industry or wherever you are in the outdoors. So having an active list, like an email list, for instance, is a good idea. Having an active database of people that you can go through and communicate with on any level, whether it be video or articles or blogs or podcasts or whatever the case may be, that's important. And whether you have a guide business, which I kind of market some of this to guides and outfitters, whether you have just any kind of a dream or a goal of succeeding in the outdoor industry and becoming a outdoor industry celebrity or whatever the case may be, building an audience, keep these things in mind. You want to grow an active list of current and prospective people, not necessarily always customers, but definitely people that will follow you and will go where you lead, and will definitely engage with you in some way meaningfully in the future. So Gary Vaynerchuk back here again with another quote from him. It is easy to dream about it. It is much harder to execute it. Work. It is easier to dream about it, much harder to execute it. Work. And that's one of the things that I say. I grind hard. It's Saturday night when I'm recording this. Okay, my family's already all gone to bed. My wife and my son have. I'm in my little office, my little podcast studio here, knocking this out, and it doesn't bother me. I grind hard day and night. One of the other things I do in the outdoor industry I've not mentioned yet, but basically lifestyle exotics at the time I did this webinar, at least. Lifestyle exotics and exotic hoof stock, big game exotics, basically. And that world gets going around 10 p.m. to midnight when I really make my best deals. And, it's just funny. It's a way to work in the industry, but it's a very underground, hush-hush, operation that I run. Because a lot of people don't want to know, in Texas at least, where I'm located, they don't want to know where the animals are coming from, what ranches they're coming off of, and what they're doing. And day trading exotics is really an interesting thing. But I'm not afraid of hard work, and I'm not afraid to show up at 6 a.m. in the morning and work till midnight. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that for the rest of your life, but most people's dreams do not congru with their hustle. Okay, most people's goals and lifestyle choices and all those other things that they want in life do not correlate, if you want to use a college word, with their grind. Okay. And that's the thing that I teach in the work that I do, is that I will probably out hustle and out grind just about anybody out there that goes up to do what I do head to head, because I don't take, time off. Sometimes I work 7 days a week. I'm not saying you've got to be a workaholic or anything like that, but you've got to grind for it, and you've got to grind hard. And this is an industry that's very competitive. The outdoor industry is. It's a very wildly hard industry to be successful in, unless you really have a guide, somebody that'll mentor you, somebody that will take care of you, through the hard times. Because I've been through plenty of those too in my life, and it's one of those things that I try to do in my Facebook videos and stuff that I do for people, that no matter what I do, no matter what odds I face, I want to be in first place. No matter what thing I struggle against, I want to try harder and execute, to be bigger and better than I was the day before. And I'm not trying to make this huge national name, celebrity name out of Dustin Vaughn Warncke. What I'm trying to do is help you get where you need to go. This whole course, this whole webinar and everything like that, it's not about me. It's about me teaching you to go out there and get things done. And I will out hustle most anybody that you put me up against, but most people I will outwork. But the title of one of my chapters of the Achieving Success in the Outdoor Industry is called Rise and Grind, Sunshine. So just something to keep in mind there. The work has to come first. So today I'm offering a webinar bonus, and this is something I've not done a lot before with this course. I launched this course initially this summer called Finding Success in the Outdoor Industry. It is the blue water background with the CD popping out of it. There's no CDs. There's no hard product at all. It's all digital. It all lives on a course site through Thinkific that basically has the power, if you will, of digital behind it, and it does not require any hard things at all. In fact, most all of the products that I created are digital, besides the magazine that I worked for. They are all digital products that you can download or take with you, or read or watch or listen to on a mobile device. So if you enroll in the course today, it's $97. All right, I'll give you right up front with the price. Finding Success in the Outdoor Industry comes with a free ebook, which is Achieving Success in the Outdoor Industry, and a gear guide, which is kind of like another ebook that has some links in there to all the gear that I use to be successful in the outdoors when I create content. And what I mean by that is this microphone I'm talking about, too, the computer that I use, the mic stand, the mixer, all the different parts and components. And I even teach you in that gear guide how to hook it all up, okay, which you will not find many other places as well that'll do that. But you get both of those as bonus number 2. And then bonus articles, I've got one called Growing Your, I think it's called, I don't remember, it's been a few years since I've written it, but I've got it in there, Growing Your Outdoor Business in the Outdoor Industry. And then I've got another one that's based on being a pro staff for companies and what they're looking for you pro staff hopefuls out there. I'm pro staff for several different companies. And I teach how to do that, and then I also teach that in the ebook, Achieving Success in the Outdoor Industry. So you get those 2 ebooks, you also get the free articles, and you also get the bonus number 1 that I wanted to talk to, so I'm going from the bottom up. You get a personal one-on-one call with yours truly. You get a 30-minute power call with me, Dustin Vaughn Warncke. I usually charge $300 for that at the very bare minimum. That's the lowest I charge for doing something like that, and I don't do very many things free. So this is a great opportunity for me and you to connect personally. If you buy the course, I will personally reach out to you and touch bases with you and set up a time for you to do that power call. It could be in the morning, could be in the evening. I grind hard and I grind, solid. So that's not a problem at all. I've got a flexible schedule. I'm a busy guy. I'm probably busier than most people you've met, but I know you are too, and most likely, and you want to get things going. And what I'll do in that power call is basically just help you see the value that you bring to the marketplace, some of your strengths, some of the things you can work on, some of the ideas that you might have, you want to bounce off of me and that kind of stuff. I will help you get those things off the ground and kind of get you situated with kind of a game plan of what to do. And then if you want to hire me afterwards for some coaching and consulting, that's fine. I'll talk about that here in a minute. It's some other services that I offer, but I'm definitely big about getting you on the right path, and that's my whole goal for doing this webinar. So if you want to enroll today, there'll be a link somewhere when you're watching this video most likely, but it's outdoorsuccessguy.com. That's outdoorsuccessguy.com. Like I say, $97. All right, you get a $300 coaching call with me. You get both ebooks that I've got, the gear guide and the outdoor the achieving success in the outdoor ebook, and then you also get the bonus articles and stuff that I talked about. The course is just loaded, and really, like I said, it's very simple. It's a PowerPoint presentation, not even near as fancy as this one is. Really simple colors and really simple backgrounds, everything like that. I don't get into all the crazy, graphics and fancy production quality. I'm here to teach, and you're here to learn. So that's one of the things that I definitely bring to the table there, is I bring you a no-nonsense approach to learning this stuff, and learning how I became successful and the DNA behind that, and then how you can be successful, and then some money-making ideas too, which is everybody's always looking for, different sources of income. I teach multiple streams of income in that course, and I also teach ways that you can monetize your passion, and ways that you probably never have thought about ways you can work in the outdoor industry and make money. So that's one of the other things that I teach. So you can enroll today, Outdoor Success Guy. You can pay via PayPal or use a major credit card. You'll get instant access to the course. There's no meetings or anything like that. There's no webinars or anything like that you've got a schedule to go to and see and everything like that. You go to the course in your own time. You go through the course in your own pace, okay? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm teaching you basically in that course. So it's about, I think, 6 or 7 modules, probably about 5 to 6 hours worth of content, and it's very, very rich for what you get for $97. So I guarantee you that'll be I won't guarantee anything, but I will say that it is a good use of your time for sure. So I guarantee that you will have fun. How about that? So that's good. And then I also, I guess I can say this, I offer a money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied with what you've gotten. But I've not had any of my students ask for a refund yet. The content in there is solid, and like I said, I don't play around. I do this stuff, and I play this game to win. So here's some other things that we can do thinking outside of the box. Okay, me and my team, I've got a team of guys that work. Drink some water there. That work in the outdoor industry full time. I've got a production team, I've got a graphics team, I've got all kinds of people that I've got as resources for you and for what you're trying to accomplish out there. So video and podcast editing, I edit my own videos, I edit on my own podcast, I do all that stuff, I produce them, I know everything about levels and audio best practices and video best practices and all that other stuff. Building, editing, and maintaining mobile responsive websites. I've been doing WordPress for probably about, I guess, close to 6 or 7 years now, and then before then I was building a custom HTML and basically having fun with building websites. I've been building websites since the late 90s. I think I built my first one in 1998, so that's been 20 years ago now. Wow. The websites have come a long way since then. Back then you had to code everything. It was pretty crazy. But also do landing pages, much like the lead pages landing page you might be finding this course on, or this course webinar on. I source print and digital advertising. I work in advertising for Texas Fishing Game Magazine, plus all my editorial stuff that I do. But anyway, bottom line is that I've got a whole lot of different outlets and avenues for marketing your stuff and digitally advertising and print advertising your stuff out there, whatever you're trying to accomplish in your business goals or personal goals, whatever the case may be. Designing and printing marketing materials, that's something I've considered myself pretty good at. I do use Microsoft Publisher, design brochures, business cards, flyers, little digital memes, whatever the case may be. I don't really do memes a lot, but I do several different design packages for people, including newsletters, e-newsletters, a wide variety of different things like that I've designed in the past and still design today. In fact, one of the customers I work for, Striper Express, Bill Carey, on Lake Texoma, I do his newsletter on the regular, and so he's one of my favorite clients to work with as an outdoor guide. So I'm very, very, very astute. I don't want to say astute, but I'm very much very well versed in that kind of stuff. All right. Also, there's doing personal coaching and consulting, if I can speak tonight. Also, marketing services and so on and so forth. The list kind of goes on. I've got a lot of talent, but I'll tell you the truth about that, guys. It didn't come to me easy. All right, I had to learn everything that I teach, and I don't make any kind of claims that I'm better than anyone else. That's the last thing I would want to do. I want to just basically say that I've gone to the school of hard knocks when it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, when it comes to anything like that. This didn't come to me naturally. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. I learned it in the outdoor industry space, just like you will learn it in the space that you're in as well. And the course will definitely help you do that. But basically, those are just some other bouquet of options that I can provide for you for a reasonable fee. If you want to work together and do some more stuff and you don't want the course, or if you do want the course and want to learn from me that way, and then also hire me to do any number of these things, I'm available to do that too, and I have a team of people that is available for that as well. So questions. I'm going to just put myself right out there, guys. All right, my phone number's right there. My email's right there, and my website's dustinsprojects.com. My phone number and email are both on the website. You're welcome to call me if you have any questions about the course. You're welcome to email me if you have any questions about anything that I can do for you as far as things that we just talked about in the last slide. And, you can check out all my projects if you want to as well. All my website projects I've done, all the work that I've done in those, all the podcasts that I've done, they're all on that website, as well as all of the articles that I've written, the blogs that I've written, all links to all that stuff's on there if you care to check it out. So I want you to know I care about you, I care about your dream, I care about your goal. If you care about what I've got to offer as far as checking out my writing style and kind of seeing some of the things that I've done over the years to get where I am today, that's what I definitely want to showcase to you. To help you to kind of blow up your game, or help you, kind of increase your reach, if you will, whatever the case may be, and whatever you're looking to do. So, DustinsProjects.com, I call myself the Outdoor Success Guy, and the reason I do that is because that's one thing that I came up with this past summer when I launched this course. Is my whole goal is for you to be successful no matter what your goal is. I've worked with business owners that are taking the course. I've worked with people that are just getting started in the industry that are taking the course. I've worked with people that are looking to grow into what they are trying to accomplish taking the course. So I've got people from all skill levels, all walks of life, and everything that are taking the course, and the main bit of feedback I'm getting back is that I've nailed it on a couple of different fronts as far as giving people ideas and giving people direction of what they can do, and what I've done in my life as an example to do that. So again, if you want to check out DustinsProjects.com, there's links to the course and everything like that in there. But for a limited time, I'm doing those bonuses we talked about, and you can get those through the DustinsProjects.com or at the OutdoorSuccessGuy.com webpage URLs or web addresses. So I want to thank you guys so much for attending. I hope you have found this to be very beneficial to you. Again, we talked about the 3 things that are most important in social media marketing, as well as a lot of other things that we talked about. The online course is available today. You can sign up for it at OutdoorSuccessGuy.com. You can also get the ebook separately if you want to. I think they're like $10 a piece for the ebooks. You can get at DustinsProjects.com right now. It's the only place they're sold right now because I'm doing this course launch with them. But you can buy them individually. But most people, I'm just telling you, have bought the whole kit and caboodle, if you will, and bought the Outdoor Success Guy course, the Finding Success in the Outdoor Industry course, and downloaded the ebooks as part of that course. So I think you'll find a lot of value in that. Even if you don't get through the whole thing, I think if you just listen to a couple of different modules and a couple of different videos, and these videos are really simple. It's just me talking in the corner over here, and then the slide going on and talking about the different things that I teach. So thank you guys so much for watching, reading, and listening. Check out the Outdoor Success Guy stuff at OutdoorSuccessGuy.com, and check out the course, and have an awesome day in the outdoors. We'll see you guys.